Hi everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do a pick a card reading today. So this is just going to be a pick a card reading for your spirit guide messages for the week. So what do your guides want you to know to get you through this week? Okay, so we have 4 piles here. Pile 1 is the Carnelian, pile 2 is the clear quartz, pile 3 is the red Jasper, and pile 4 is the black Moonstone. So focus on your week, what your guides want you to know. Take a deep breath and pick the pile that you are drawn to, and we will begin. Okay, let me get these in order first. I know I should be more professional and stop and start the videos, but I can't do that. All right, so if you picked the Carnelian stone, the Carnelian stone is all about creativity and passion. It's about looking at things in a more creative way. It's about creative expression, but it kind of gives that burst of energy. So that might be a message that you need to kind of connect to things more that you feel passionately about this week. It could be a message that it's going to be a more passionate and exciting week for you. Let's see. Oh, wow. It's definitely going to be an exciting week for you. You're definitely going through some really big change in yourself. You have the Who in the World Are You card. This is kind of like feeling like you might have gone through some kind of ending. You might be moving on to something new. You might be stepping out of a relationship, changing jobs, just going through like a really personal healing place within yourself, but really kind of seeing things in a new perspective and seeing yourself in a new perspective right now. It does seem like you're kind of feeling like you're in limbo right now. You're kind of feeling uncertain with your emotions. You're feeling really guarded with your emotions. You might be feeling like very defensive right now, especially when people are communicating to you, people that are kind of in your surroundings. You might be feeling very protective of yourself, feeling very protective of your emotions. You do have this mirror card. This always represents to really pay attention to the things that are triggering you right now, because it's always a message for something that you need to address in yourself. And what that means is if you're consistently being presented with people who are very aggressive, who are very demanding of your time, that's a message to you that maybe you need to stand up for yourself more. If you're kind of looking towards someone and saying, well, they're very closed off, they're really shutting themselves down for me, that's kind of a message to you that maybe there's a part of yourself that you're not fully expressing to that person. But overall, you're going through a really big shift right now. You do have the Rider card, by the way, which is a message of good news coming in. This is a positive change. You're moving forward in a really, really positive direction, but it's very, very brand new to you. And so I kind of feel like you are feeling a little bit protective of yourself. You're feeling a little bit defensive. You're not really sure who you can trust right now. You do have the Temple path, which is a message that you are on the right path, that you have made the right decision. You might have recently ended something. You might have recently walked away from something, and you might be questioning whether or not you've made the right decision. You might have recently left behind a relationship. And this person maybe might even be coming around to maybe make you feel guilty. Let's see what else we get. Let's get you some tarot cards. You might even be in a relationship right now, and you're kind of like looking at this person in a different light. You're seeing the situation in a different way. Let's see. Give me some more. What do you got going on right now? Oh, sorry. I don't take them when the deck is reversed. You do have the High Priestess. So I do feel that the High Priestess is all about trusting in your intuition. It's about kind of being at a higher level, being more connected to that very spiritual side. But in the same sense, the High Priestess is a very secretive type of energy. It's a very closed off type of energy. So with that, there does tend to be a little bit of uncertainty. You do also have the Temperance card, which is a message to kind of go with the flow. And you have the Queen of Cups. Wow. This is being in this extremely intuitive energy. This is really being tapped into your inner guidance right now. It's a message to really, really trust in your intuition. But with this energy too, it's all very high vibrational. It's all very spiritual. It's all very, it's more feminine energy than masculine energy. And so with that, kind of being in that, more in that spiritual energy, there's a tendency to feel a lot of confusion and a lot of uncertainty because that energy, it's none of this energy is grounded at all. So it is important for you to make sure that you're doing some kind of grounding exercises, some kind of grounding meditations, because you're very tapped into your own inner guidance, to your guides. You're very in tuned with your own emotions right now. But if you're not grounding that energy, it makes you very sensitive to other people around you. It makes you very sensitive to your environment. And so that will kind of bring in a lot of confusion and uncertainty. You have the Knight of Cups too, and the Justice card, and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and you have the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, so the Seven of Wands reversed is about letting your guard down. It's about being in a situation where you have felt like you've been in this energy where you've been fighting, maybe fighting for something, feeling like you have to be very defensive with your emotions, feeling like you have to be very guarded. You could be somebody who has in the past always kind of felt like it, if you want something, you really, really have to fight for it. You really have to put in 150% for it. You constantly have to be working towards it. And it might be that you've kind of shifted that energy a little bit, or this might be a message to shift that energy. You do have the Knight of Cups, which is that very romantic energy, that new love type of energy. You have the Ace of Pentacles, which again is that message of getting grounded. It's about grounding this energy. And the Justice card is that reminder to get things in balance. So for some of you, this could be that you are stepping into a new relationship. You could be seeing a relationship in a new light. There could be a very big shift in your love life or in your relationship. There could be a lot of really positive changes going on in your relationship. But in the same sense, it's so different that you're kind of maybe questioning it. This might be such a change that it makes you kind of feel off kilter a little bit. And your first instinct might be to put up your guards, to guard your emotions, to be very defensive, or even feel like you have to push your energy, like really fight for this. But this is a message to kind of let yourself go with the flow a little bit. Embrace this different type of energy. This is showing you something. Um, on one hand, it's showing you something really positive. It's showing you something that you've manifested. And so if you've connected to somebody and you just feel this spark with this person, you just feel this really good connection with this person, um, that's, showing you what you've manifested. When you start to feel those fears, if you're looking at that person and you're not trusting that person, that's also kind of a message that maybe you need to look at. Um, are you trusting yourself? Are you letting yourself trust? Are you letting yourself being open to receive? The Justice card and the Ace of Pentacles, again, though, is to remind you to, you're very much in this very emotional energy right now. So when you do feel that energy of uncertainty, make sure you're doing something to ground that energy a little bit. What is the energy coming towards you this week? No, we're going to stick with this deck. You could just be, there's not a lot of like direct energy right now. So if you're in if this is like in regards to another person, I don't feel like there's very direct interaction going on between the two of you, if that makes any sense. You might feel like, nothing's really laid out on the table in this. There might not be a lot of like direct communication between the two of you. There's something that just you kind of feel like you're not seeing the big picture with this. What's the energy coming towards you this week? Yeah, you're just not trusting. Okay. I like this. I like this. Overall, you're being taken out of your comfort zone. You're somebody who really kind of, when it comes to everything that's going on in your surroundings, you really are able to kind of have everything planned out for yourself. Everything's kind of like laid out. You're very detail oriented. You are used to having a plan. Um, you're also very strong. You're a very independent person. You present this very powerful energy when it comes to other people. Um, you feel very comfortable when everything is planned, confident. You're very protective. Um, but there's some shift that you've been going through that has taken you out of your comfort zone. Um, you've gone through something that maybe has kind of even humbled you a little bit. Or you've just been able to tap into a more emotional side of yourself, because you do have the King of Cups clarifying the Seven of Wands energy. So this is really being tuned into your emotional side. And I do want to say the King of Cups is somebody with a lot of emotional maturity. So the emotions that you're feeling, you really can trust this type of energy that you're feeling. But with this Five of Swords and the Emperor, I feel like you're really worried about, you're either really worried about what somebody is showing you. You're feeling like they're not really showing you every side of themselves. You feel like there's something behind the surface of this. Um, with the Four of Wands and the World card, this is something that's taking you out of your comfort zone. There's an element of comfort to this. There's an element of extreme happiness with this. This is something that is bringing you a lot of expansion. So if this is a connection to another person, this connection is meant to bring you to like a higher level. This might be a very strong connection that you're meant to grow with this person, but there's an element of distrust here because you're being taken out of your comfort zone. because it might even be that you're kind of looking to this person and feeling like they're not really showing you their true selves, but in the same sense, you're presenting this very strong energy yourself. And so it might be that that's what that person is kind of seeing in you. Um, I do feel with the Seven of Wands and the King of Cups, that's a message that you can let your guard down, that this is something very different, that you need to go about this situation in a very different way. Um, and really trust in your emotions. And like I said, if you feel very uncertain, it's because you're in tune to your emotions more. So if you can ground that energy, you can find that confidence that you need. But with the Rider card being this kind of last oracle card for you, that is a message of really positive changes. That is a message of blessings. That's a message of being on the right path, of good news coming in. It's also a message of wish fulfillment. One final message for you guys for this spread. You have the Three of Swords. You're very protective of your heart because you don't want to get hurt. Yeah, very guarded with your heart. And looking at this in a very, very logical way. So what do you need to do with this energy? It's possible that you're holding on to it's yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's just an uncertainty that you're feeling right now. So for those of you who are kind of maybe connecting to a new relationship, or maybe there's been like a big shift in a relationship that you're in and you're just kind of questioning what you should do. It could even be that you have ended a relationship and you're uncertain as to whether or not you've made the right decision. But with this Three of Swords and this Four of Pentacles, and this Eight of Cups reversed, this is somebody who's holding on to a lot of pain. Somebody who's holding on to a lot of pain from the past. And so instead of looking forward in a positive way, this Two of Pentacles is about going back and forth in that energy of distrust. And because, again, somebody is still holding on to a lot of pain from the past. Somebody is really fearful about opening up because they feel like they're going to be rejected. They feel like they're going to be left behind. And so the King of Swords is somebody who is looking at a situation in a very, very logical way. Now, there's two sides to that. This could be a message to try to look at this in a way that is not overly emotional, but you run the risk in that in thinking too logically about it. So it's important to find that balance with that. But this Two of Pentacles and this Mirror card is a very strong message that this situation that you're dealing with is mirroring something back to you. Again, if you feel like you're dealing with somebody who's very closed off and very guarded, that is showing you that you are presenting that same energy, that you hold the same fears, that you hold the same insecurities. So the Knight of Swords is a message to slow down your thought process, slow down that communication, slow down um, slow down even taking action right now. And because there's a need to kind of take a step back and take a moment to decipher what's real and what's not. Because there's so many thoughts going on in your head right now. There's so many different emotions that you're feeling. And you might be trying to look at this in a logical way. You might be trying to close off your emotions in this, but the overall message is to trust in your emotions. So it's important to ground your energy and kind of slow down and try to find the truth and what's the truth in this and what's not the truth in this. Again, it's important to really look at this mirroring aspect. This Who in the World Are You card is kind of a message to you that you've gone through a shift, that you are a different person, that this is a different situation. If you've gone through some kind of healing in yourself, you need to trust that moving forward and trust that you're not stepping into the same situation that maybe you've gotten into before. Let me see what else we get before. This, I get this card every single day, I swear to God. But this is a card about going through a big change. And it's saying that change is always painful. It always creates an element of pain. Not because the change is bad, but anytime you go through change, it involves having to let something go. And a lot of times that's letting the, past pains behind. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to address those pains. So any change is going to be uncomfortable. If you're stepping into a new relationship, there is going to be that uncomfort in it because it's new, because, you do have to go through the worry that you might make the same mistake again. But again, you have the Rider card, which is about good news. This is about, again, going through this healing process and learning to really trust in your emotions and be open to receiving. When you've got your guards up, regardless of anything, that's the energy that you're going to get in return from anybody that you're connecting with, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions. So hopefully I didn't confuse you anymore. I will pull another oracle card for you, though, just to give you a final message. But again, it's really important to ground this energy that you're feeling right now, because you're very into that emotional energy. And thinking logically about it when you're not grounding your energy is not going to help. So you got to make sure you're grounding your energy. And that means just simply tapping into the present moment, connecting to your five senses, doing a grounding meditation. You have Milky Way perspective. It's important that you see this situation in a different light. You can't hone in and try to figure the situation out in the same way you have seen situations in the past. It's important that you really pull yourself back so you can see a different perspective of this, because overall the message is that you're dealing with a different situation. You have done a transformation within yourself, and it's important for you to shift your perspective overall. So I hope that helps. All right. The next one is pile 2, which is the crystal, the quartz, clear quartz. That is all about clarity. That's all about having clarity. It's all about seeing things very clearly. It's about having a new perspective, a new awareness. So overall, that's a message for you that you're going to gain a lot of clarity this week. It's also a message that it's important to really kind of examine the situation from a different perspective so you can gain the clarity you need. And your first card out is the Almost Have Prizes card. This is saying that you're giving too much, that you're working too hard to please other people, that you're putting all this energy into what you need to do, what needs to get done, and you're not putting enough energy into yourself. And your next card is the Yin Yang card, which is about that need for balance. The Yin Yang card is a message that you need to kind of be in a more passive place right now. You need to kind of pull your energy back a little bit and kind of get yourself into that balanced place and allow yourself to receive. This is definitely an energy that you're giving too much, that you're trying too hard. And then you have the Play card. So definitely a message that you need to take a break this week. It's time to relax. It's time to kind of even take a moment to celebrate your achievements, celebrate what you have done. And you have the balance. The 7th house, that's the house of partnerships, relationships, working together with other people. So again, with this might be specifically in a relationship that you're dealing with, or just your connections in general. It could be a message that this is very, very powerful relationship energy, though. You don't have to try as hard, in this relationship. If you're in a relationship, it's a message that your relationship might be out of balance. You might be trying too hard to please this person. And if that's the case, I don't think that you necessarily have to try that hard. Elizabeth and the Lion card, this is about kind of, oh, that's followed by the Sky card. Um, it's about taking charge and being a leader. It's about showing people how you want to be treated, period. So if you're in a relationship that you feel is imbalanced, if you feel that you're the one giving, this is a message for you to kind of take a step back and put that energy into yourself, because when you do that, that's showing people how you want to be treated. When you're over giving in a relationship and you're just constantly, going out of your way to please another person or even prove yourself to another person, um, you start to feel this energy of resentment, because you're wanting that energy in return, but without even realize that sometimes you're putting so much energy into the connection that you're not giving that person the space to give back to you. You're not allowing yourself to receive. So there's definitely a need for balance within your relationships. There's also a need for you to have that balance between your work life, and your love life and your personal life, and your, taking that time for your own, um, personal, pampering yourself, taking time for yourself. Let's see. Yeah, you have a lot of twos in here, which is that really strong need to have that balance. There really needs to be a balance of give and take. So, again, you could be in a relationship where, um, one person seems to be very carefree in the relationship, where the other person seems to be like giving all of this energy. And so, in essence, like it appears that one person has the control in this relationship and the other person doesn't, but that's really not the case. It's just how that energy is flowing in the relationship. And so, again, if you're giving too much, you need to be able to kind of pull yourself back, and kind of give that person the room and the leeway to give you that energy in return. All right, let's get a little bit more and see. This is also a message to, take a moment to, if you're feeling uncertain about your role in a relationship, if you're kind of feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like the other person is not taking it seriously, that's also a message to kind of take a step back so you can gain the clarity that you need. Because a lot of times when you're really kind of honed in on the relationship, it's hard to, see what the truth is. You have the Ace of Swords, which is, again, a lot of clarity coming in. What is this clarity about? You do have a positive shift coming towards you. You do have communication coming in. Communication about moving forward in a very, very solid way. Where's this? You definitely have some good news coming towards you. Some good, give me more. What is this about? The Five of Pentacles. It's like something has taken you out of your comfort zone. Um, I don't know what happened. I feel like you kind of gave up on something. I definitely feel like you maybe have become so overwhelmed with things that you're dealing with in your own life. Um, you might even have a lot of people around you that are, offering up a lot of advice. A lot of people that you feel like you have to take care of. You might have a lot of responsibilities that you're dealing with. Um, you're definitely feeling like you're not getting that. You feel like you're not getting the security, the stability, that comfort in return. You're definitely feeling like you're not getting what you are giving in return. It might not have to anything to do with a relationship that you're dealing with. And it might even be that you are kind of seeing this relationship as somebody who's not supporting you. But I feel like I kind of feel like this person has been trying to be there for you. But you've had so much going on around you that you have not been able to see this clearly. Like you haven't trusted this. And again, it could be that you've been giving so much in this connection, or you feel like you've been giving so much, you feel like you've been trying so hard in this connection, and you have kind of perceived it as this person is just kind of not taking this very seriously. um, but again, when you're in that energy, you're not really leaving yourself open to receiving it, and it might be that you've kind of pulled yourself back, but in doing that, like you opened yourself up for this person to come in, but I still don't feel like you're trusting it. Okay, what is your energy and perception right now? You have the Three of Pentacles, which is wanting to have that support, wanting to work together, but you're blocking it. I don't mean to be, I don't mean to yell at you. So the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, it's like wanting that stability, wanting that support, but with the Seven of Wands, feeling like you have to fight for it, or feeling very defensive. Give me one more. The Ace of Cups, like you're blocking your emotions. You want that stability, but you either feel like this is something that you have to fight for, or something that you need to keep like fucking working for. You feel like you have to be constantly putting in this effort or constantly proving yourself. You don't have to do that with this person. With the Ace of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, it's like there's that need to just kind of be more in tune to your emotions, like you're blocking out your emotions in this. Give me one more. What's the reason for that? The Page of Wands. Yeah, I think you have this fear that this person is not taking this seriously, period. You just feel like you're not being taken seriously. You're trying very hard to prove yourself because you feel like you're not being taken seriously. This could be in work as well. This doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship. But the thing is, when you're putting out exerting all this energy to prove yourself, you don't realize that you're putting off an aggressive energy in that. And that, in essence, is like repelling. You know what I mean? Um, and it's kind of like very humbling and very kind of off. I don't think it's an intentional because you have something really solid here. You have something really good to be very proud of. What is the truth of this situation? You have the Sun card and the Five of Swords. There's just like, there's a lot of intense energy. The Sun card is that very beautiful energy, that energy of success, that energy of joy. But the Five of Swords with the Sun card is like very ego-based energy. It's very intense energy. It's um, feeling all this joy and happiness, but then kind of like feeling very defensive with it also, like feeling like it's a competition, feeling like it's something that you have to win. So the Queen of Swords and the Six of Swords is like the need to kind of see this in a more balanced way. Um, the Six of Swords is about letting, seeing it in a non-emotional way, but I feel like you're blocking off your emotions. Give me one more. Yeah, it's just so protective, being in such a protective energy that you're not even like letting yourself relax enough to tap into your intuition and see what the truth of it is. It's like being so guarded and feeling like you have to protect yourself so much. Either feeling like you have to protect your energy or feeling like you have to work extra hard at something that, again, you're kind of keeping yourself in this very guarded energy. Okay, so what is the energy coming towards you this week? So you have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles. That's being able to kind of hone in and put that creative energy into one thing, like being very consistent in one thing. It's aggressive energy. Um, you do have the Judgment card, which is clarity. I definitely feel like you have a new awareness coming in. Um, I kind of feel like, too, you have clarity coming in, you have new communication coming in. The important thing to do with this, again, I think it's important first for you to be able to take a step back from whatever the situation is that you're feeling overwhelmed in. Um, be able to kind of take a step back. Um, just take a step back from feeling like you have to fight or have to struggle or whatever. There's some kind of new awareness coming in, new insight coming in. It might be communication from another person. It's important for you to sit with this for a minute and not take any rash action with this. Um, if you get a message from somebody and it's like a completely unexpected message, or because it is going to be something very powerful, whatever this Ace of Swords is, it's going to be a big action being taken once you kind of take the step back. You need to sit with this for a minute and really kind of look at all aspects of this. Try not to look at this from an emotional standpoint. Try not to feel like you have to, instantly take action towards this, because you're in this kind of flight or fight energy right now. And so you might not see it in the perspective that it needs to be seen. And I don't mean to sound judgmental. Um, but I think there's a lot more potential in this than you're letting yourself see. Because you do have the Judgment card in the Hierophant. Any final messages with this? Yeah, just very, very, very strong. And it could be the person that you're dealing with is very strong, masculine energy, but it's like, it's very, very controlling type of energy. Um, Not in a negative sense. The star is about healing, the need to be vulnerable. It's just like, you feel that, okay, you feel like giving all of your energy to this person, over giving, whatever. You feel like it's feminine energy, but it's very aggressive energy. And so it's like it's creating an imbalance. There's a need to be in that more passive energy. You might not even realize that you're putting off, like you're fighting too hard for something, and you can relax and let it come to you. And I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not making y'all feel like you're doing something wrong. Okay, let's get just a final message. There's just a lot of really intense energy in this. And there just needs to be that, there just needs to be that balance. It's like you have this really beautiful connection to somebody, possibly, or even within your job. But it's like, it's almost like you're losing your passion for it because you're fighting so hard for it. Does that make sense? So this Island Solitude card is about kind of like letting yourself pull away from the situation so you can see it from a different perspective. And it could be that you have a relationship with another person that's just a very, very intense connection. It's a very, very powerful connection. And instead of just allowing yourself to embrace this energy, to feel this passionate energy, it's like going after it aggressively. But when you have two very passionate people and two very passionate energies, it like clashes. So you kind of like have to be able to pull away from that a little bit sometimes and kind of allow that energy to simmer down a little bit. I know that doesn't make sense, but I hope it does. So we're going to leave this one at that. Hopefully I didn't throw you off too much, and we will go to the next pile. Okay, we are on to pile 3. So red Jasper is all about empowerment. It helps you kind of like fight through any toxic situations. It makes you feel confident in yourself. It makes you feel confident in taking a stand for something. But overall, it's a really, really powerful grounding crystal. So if you need to feel grounded, or if you're needing to kind of make some really big change in your life, red Jasper is a really good stone. But that could be a message of standing your ground. And you have the I Want to Be Queen card as your first card out. So I think overall the message for you is going to be about standing your ground and feeling confident. You do have the Financial Constraints card and the Warrior Woman. So I do feel that there's this energy that you're maybe wanting to kind of, uh, you're feeling a lot of lack in a situation. You might be wanting to kind of take charge towards something, but worried that you don't have enough. Worried that you're not going to be able to do this. This is kind of having that scarcity mindset, um, that very just uh, feeling of instability. But you do have the warrior woman card, so I do feel overall that you're really wanting to kind of take action towards something regardless of the circumstances. You do have the Virgo card. You do have the complete commitment card. And you have... This is about being fully committed to a goal, fully committed to something overall. This does represent having that stability, although I feel like you worry that you might not have it. But the Virgo card is all about putting in that consistent effort towards something. It's about being very practical. It's about having goals. But it's about putting in consistent effort. So I do feel that there's something that you are really wanting to achieve for yourself, that you're really wanting to go after. There might be this slight uncertainty about it. There might be this slight fear about it. You might worry whether this is something that you will be able to obtain. But this overall message is, this is definitely something that's meant for you. When you are going after something that you feel connected to, you are going to be supported. This is a message with the complete commitment card and the Virgo card, that if you really want this, all the universe is asking you for is your commitment, period. And you can take any baby step you want to towards this, but as long as you're committed to this goal, if you really trust in it and say, I'm going to be committed to this, start making plans for it, start writing goals, take whatever step that you can towards this, you are going to be completely supported in this. Let's see what else we get. Oh, that's weird. I did not mean to get that deck. I definitely feel like you're wanting to maybe even make some big change in your life, like take a stand against something. You might have been kind of feeling left out of the cold, or like seeing this vision of something you want and feel like you've kind of had to put this on the back burner for a long time, but you're definitely feeling the energy to kind of go after this. And I really like how in these cards, like the people are looking straight on, like you're really focused on this, like you're really ready to put this energy into it. You have the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Oh, I love it. And the Queen of Cups. And, oh, I love this. Yeah, I definitely feel overall you're feeling ready for a change. I do feel that you're even feeling like you've kind of connected to something that's meant for you. This is something that you feel is going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. This is going to require some type of change. You do have the Princess of Cups, which is kind of a new idea, a new beginning. This is also about really kind of following your intuition on this, but you feel very emotionally connected to this. This could very well be a person. This could be that you're really wanting to move to a deeper commitment with somebody. You're really focused on that. You're really set on that. But for some of you, this is even moving towards a career goal where you like a healer, an energy of a healer, whether that be working in the medical field, working in a field where you're helping people overall. That could be teaching, that could be anything like that. It could be that you're stepping into, becoming a reader, becoming a Reiki healer. But I feel overall this is something that you have kind of been focused on for some time. You just haven't felt fully prepared for it, maybe, but you're building like a stronger emotional connection to this. You're feeling more in tune to this. You're feeling more ready to kind of take action towards this. With the Page of Cups, I do feel that you're kind of seeing an opportunity to go towards this. And I think it's like a small opening, but it's like it's enough for you to kind of take charge and go after it. I love this energy. What is coming towards you this week? You have the Fool card. Yeah, you're ready to take that leap of faith. I love this. This is a good energy. This is like the most powerful combination you can get in a spread, and you just got them back to back. This is the Fool and the Universe card. So the Universe is about expansion. It's about clearing away a negative cycle. It's about successfully going through kind of, like a life lesson kind of, bullshit, but either way, it's successfully like being at this really beautiful energy where you can step into something completely new. You have the knowledge that you need. You have that very expansive energy. This is something that's really going to bring you a lot of joy, like a lot of happiness. This might even be something that you are traveling for. Like this might be a career that you have to move for, travel for. This might even be a career that you're just having to maybe network yourself. Like you work more on like maybe even online where you connect with more people. You have the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. And the Four of Wands. I love this. So I do feel that this is something that you have wanted for a long time. I do feel that in some way you have kind of felt like this is something that maybe you couldn't go after, or you're just very discontent and kind of maybe sitting and waiting for this. Maybe you've been kind of waiting around for the opportunity to come, or maybe waiting around for certain things to change, maybe waiting around for your financial situation to change. If this is a relationship, maybe you've kind of been in limbo with this person, waiting for this person to approach you. But with this Queen of Wands and Four of Wands, like you're seeing that you already have something really good. You really have a solid foundation here. It might not be everything that you want, but you're ready to kind of take charge and go after that. So I love that. All right, any final guidance for you guys this week? You have the Six of Wands. That's about being confident. That's about being successful. That's about being victorious. You have the Queen of Swords. That's about standing in your truth. You have the Six of Swords, which is positive movement forward. I do want to say you've already got 4 sixes in this. So this is about that really good balance. Having that balance between your emotional world and your material world. Having that really harmonious balance in a relationship. Having that balance within your career and your love life, but it's just a really beautiful, positive energy. Again, this could be very career oriented. You could be moving forward in your career. And you have the Ace of Wands. That's that new opportunity. So again, when you completely commit yourself to a goal, the universe kind of provides the rest for you. So the universe is just saying, if you have this inkling of a doubt, just, follow what is good for your soul, follow your passion, and just stay committed to it, because you're definitely being blessed with the opportunities this week. Oh, I love that. All right, we're going to end this and go to the last pile. Okay, we are on the last pile and we have the Black Moonstone. I love this one. This is all about the Black Moonstone helps you really, really ground your emotions. It really helps you connect to that very divine feminine energy, really tap into your intuition, but at the same time, it helps you ground that energy too. So if you're feeling kind of like really uncertain within your intuition or really uncertain within your emotions, it really helps you ground that energy. So if you pick this pile, you're probably you might be feeling a little bit uncertain. You might be feeling a little bit of very intense emotions, but this is about, this is a message that you're really going to be able to kind of ground those energies this week, and really kind of find peace of mind. You have Shine Bright Like a Candle. I love this card. So this is telling you whatever difficulty you're going through right now, that you are going to come through this, and you are going to come through this in a very, very positive way. This is also kind of a message that you're very, very creative. You have a really beautiful way of seeing things. And that is something that's very unique to you. And that's something that you really should express to people more. For some of you, it could very well be that you're very artistic. You could be a painter, you could be an artist, but you have a really beautiful way of expressing yourself, of expressing your ideas, of expressing your emotions. And that's something very, very unique to you. That's something that people really do admire and look up to. So kind of embrace that this week, and really work on different ways of expressing yourself. And you have the Happy Family card. That's that blessings coming to you. That's emotional fulfillment. That's having a really beautiful connection to another person. You also have this Trust the Niggle card. So there, you have this beautiful vision for something. You have something that you hold very dear to your heart. But you might be surrounded by a lot of uncertainty, a lot of negative people. I feel like this is something you really know and trust in your heart. Um, this could be that you just feel like you don't fit in with the people that you're kind of surrounded with also. Let's go further, see what else we get. Yeah, purification. You have Scorpio, you have Miss Spiderweb, and you have the Sun card. Okay, yeah, definitely. Um, First of all, you really, really need to learn to trust your instincts. I do feel that there are connections that you have that aren't very positive, because this is about re-examining the connections you have to other people and making new connections. I do feel that there's it's like somebody trying to like steal your happiness. It's like you have this uniqueness. You have this um just really beautiful energy, this really uplifting energy, this really happy energy, and there is this, it might be more than one person. It's like every time you get into this good feeling place, it's like this person or this group of people, like, just, it's just not good. I feel like you have this kind of inclination of this. You kind of feel this. Like you might have this dream that you're expressing to people, and you have this group of people that are just telling you that it's ridiculous. And they might not even be very direct about it. You know that saying that misery loves company. Like when you come to this person or these people and you're giving them any kind of good news about anything, all of a sudden they start talking about how miserable their life is, things like that. Just pay attention to how your energy shifts within your connections right now. You definitely have some very, very, I mean, if you just look at this card in general, you just have some very, very heavy, heavy energy around you. And it's like they don't like it when you're shining. They don't like it when you're happy. They don't like it when you are succeeding. They don't like when you seem to be at another level than them. Um, wow, that's really heavy. Let's see what else we get. Um, this is someone or a group of people that has been around you for a long time. I'm not really picking up that this is a relationship to another person. Like, I don't feel like this is love related, but I do feel that it's affecting your love life in some way. What is your energy in relation to this? You have gone through something really difficult. Like, you have gone through like something really painful in your life. You've gone through like a difficult ending in your life. You've even kind of maybe even shut yourself off from people. You've really been focused on your own healing. Yeah, you've like come to the end of a cycle. You've overcome something really difficult. You're really kind of looking into exploring new things, exploring new ideas. You're learning to even kind of communicate your truth. You're really feeling confident in the way you perceive things. What is this in relation to? Just bringing more balance into your life. Again, I don't really pick up much relationship vibe on this. Sorry. I just think overall, like you're kind of taking more control of your life. You're making new plans for your life. Again, you've gone through something very, very painful. You've cleared away something. You've closed out a cycle in your life, or you're just seeing things from a new perspective. Tell me what the Ten of Swords is. I feel like you've just kind of been around toxic people. There have been people in your life that you didn't trust. There's been people in your life that maybe even have kind of taken advantage of you. Again, it just people that steal your happiness. So I do feel like you've pulled yourself away from these people. So what's the energy coming towards you? You have the eight, but for some reason these people are still in your presence. It's possible that you're just kind of you're seeing this for what it is. You've even like gone through the work to kind of heal from this and understand that these people have kind of put these perceptions, just their presence has kind of made you kind of see yourself maybe even in a lower perspective, or they're just constantly putting their negative energy on you. And I think that overall you're seeing this, and you're breaking yourself away from that. You're focused on your own emotional healing, but it's like these people or one person, and it could be a very masculine energy. It could just again be somebody who's just like a constant figure in your life. It could be your boss even. Um, but it's just like this very, very restrictive energy. Um, why is this? This could be family. This could be family or somebody that you were in a very long-term commitment with. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, this is this is either your family, um, people that have been in your life for such a long time that it is kind of hard to like fully cut the cords from these people, or this is an ex that like a long-term commitment that you were in that you have cut off. It might even be that you still have a connection to this person because you might have children together, but it's like every time you are able to pull yourself out of this energy and get yourself in this good feeling place, it's almost like this person or these people, they don't want, I know it's horrible, but they don't want to see you happy. It's like they're worried that you're going to move on before they do. They're worried that you're going to be more successful than they are. They're worried that you're going to leave them behind. There might be like something to where you have to help this person financially, and they're worried that if you kind of pull too far away from them, that they don't have that stability that they're getting from you. But this person is getting some kind of like stability from you, whether it be financial or whether it be just being able to keep you in that energy, like makes them feel confident, but it makes you question your choices that you're making moving forward for yourself. And again, for some of you, I do feel that this is affecting your love life in some way. I feel for some of you, you have this really good relationship that this is kind of interfering with, or they're making you doubt your choices within your relationships, or you just feel like you'll never be able to have a positive relationship because of this energy. One more about what's coming towards you this week. You do have the Fool card and the Ten of Wands. So you do have this opportunity to just kind of free yourself from these burdens and have a new beginning. Um, you do have the Two of Wands. It's something that you are going to kind of have to make that choice to do, to free yourself from the burden of this energy. And I do feel that you're getting to that point. But again, for some of you, I do feel that this is like a family connection, or in some way somebody that you can't necessarily completely cut ties to for some reason. But I do want to point out you have all four tens in this spread, which does signify an energy of completion. It does signify an ending. You also have the World card. So you are coming to the end of this cycle. And the more you can, at the very least, cut your energy from this as much as possible. And just again, pay attention to how your energy shifts with this person or these people, and take note of if you are in that very happy, good feeling energy, and these people come in your presence and you start feeling that doubt, that fear, that uncertainty, understand that it's genuinely not you. It's genuinely these people wanting to keep you in this lower energy. um yeah, any final guidance for you? I mean, I know that's easier said than done. If these are people or a person that you can completely cut ties from, um, I would recommend, if you feel comfortable, to do a cord cutting meditation. But if it is people that you can't necessarily fully cut ties with, at the very least, if you can just, you know, be mindful of how their energy affects you, and be, be conscious and aware of it. And if you can pull yourself back from that energy as much as possible, and if you just do not react, when people are coming at you with toxic energy, even if they're coming at you with talking about how they're having such a bad day, you interacting with that energy, you're still giving them energy, even if they are not directly focused on you. But as long as you're engaging in that negative energy, it's still pulling you down. So if you can find a way for yourself to just kind of disengage from even any kind of negative conversation with this person at all, that will honestly help you kind of stay in your own little, protective bubble. You do have the Nine of Pentacles, which is being able to be independent and free. You do have the Three of Cups and the Hangman. The Three of Cups indicates that you do have a good support system outside of this. You do have connections to other people that are uplifting, that will help you kind of see that new perspective. And so it's all about kind of being able to more consciously kind of shift your attention to those types of energies. Yeah. So let's get one final message for you. You have the gentleness. I'm going to get you one more, and the healing. This is about being gentle with yourself, and continuing to focus on your own healing, continuing to be protective of yourself. And I think that that's what this energy of this person or these people do. You've gone through so much change within yourself. Like, this energy makes you less forgiving of yourself. It makes you kind of really hard on yourself. And so, be very patient with yourself, be very loving with yourself, and give yourself permission to take time to yourself. Overall, you're definitely clearing away something probably very heavy and very toxic. So give yourself time to be with yourself, and fill up your own energy, fill up your own cup. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing week. Bye bye.